my name is May Nelson. I'm currently a student nurse at Penn State University, and so my desired career is to become a registered nurse, or an RN. And to do that, you have to have this huge educational process to go through. You can either do an associate's degree, which is 2 years, or a bachelor's degree, which is 4. And at the end of your bachelor's degree, you would graduate with a BSN in nursing, which is a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. But at the end of those 2 processes, you are going to want to apply for the NCLEX exam, which is a nursing licensure exam. And once you pass that exam, of course you have to get a certain score, you will become a licensed nurse. And before that, you can apply where you want to be in any state to be that nurse. And after that, you have your license, and then you want to apply to a job. So in the application process, it's kind of typical. You go to a job, you apply, and once you get an interview or something like that, you would go over your resume, and they would read through your qualifications and probably how you did in school, as far as your how well you did in school and everything. And once you got that job and they say it's okay, you would go through certain certifications, health-wise, physical-wise. So you would have a health examination, and they just kind of see if you're mentally and physically okay. And during that time, you would also have a physical examination in which you would have to lift a certain amount and say that you would have to walk a certain amount at that job. And for all jobs, it's a little bit different. For example, if you were working in a more specified area like the ICU, you'd probably have more demands of standing or lifting or walking longer distances. For example, sometimes you have to walk 8 to 10 miles at a certain job, or you're required to lift 50 pounds or more. But it, of course, all depends on the facility or the specified area that you're going to work in. And lastly, the salary process is pretty good. Of course, that again depends on the facility and their qualifications and the state. So the more qualifications you have, the more apt you're going to have a higher salary. And of course, places like cities and such, they're going to have higher salaries, or places that are in demand are going to have higher salaries. But for Massachusetts specifically, it's about $70,000, the average for a registered nurse. And just overall, the roles and responsibilities of a nurse are to really basically care for your patient. And in doing so, you create goals and outcomes that you want for your patient. Of course, you want them to get out of the hospital healthy, and so you have a care plan for them, and that just lists out what the requirements that you must meet and your patient must meet. And also some other things that you can do are like give medications, or just basic CNA care, which is helping with everyday activities or washing them up. Sometimes you have to teach your patients how to do things that are new to them or just aren't familiar. And that's pretty much it of becoming a nurse.